Do you feel you've started to get a bit weaker than you used to be? Maybe you've started developing a few aches and pains through your body. In this video, we're going to look at building strength. We all know the importance of building strength from 50 and beyond into our senior years. And I'm going to show you a few choice exercises that you can do at home with limited equipment, safely and effectively. As a woman in my late 50s, I understand only too well the importance of staying strong as I head towards my senior years. I'm Maria from Older, Fitter, Stronger. I've been working with 50 plus adults for many years and I know exactly what you need to get you strong. So let's have a look at these exercises. We're going to start off working these muscles and these muscles, the quads and the glutes. So I'm going to put one foot on this step, and if you don't have a step, you can use the bottom stair at home. If you don't have a stair, find somewhere in your house where you've got a slight change of level, or you might have a little stool in the kitchen, as long as it's not slippy and it's nice and stable and not going to move when you come into the exercise. So you're going to pop your foot on the step and you're going to have the other leg behind you, both hips facing in this same direction. You might need to tuck under a little at the pelvis if your back's arching quite a lot, because otherwise you're not going to feel it in your bottom as you come up. So you might want to do a little tuck and then you're going to drop and drive back up. Feel free to hold on to something. It is also a little bit of a balance challenge, so you can start off holding on. Your knee here is going to go over the front toes. That's absolutely fine. There's no problem with knee going over toes as long as it doesn't give you any knee pain. So be guided by how you feel. And you could probably do 10 or 15 on each side and then have a rest, building up to 2 sets and then 3 sets on each leg. So our next lower body exercise is a hamstring bridge. This is going to work the muscles at the back of the leg. These are very important muscles for helping to stabilise the knee, the hip and the lower back. We're going to use a chair and you're going to pop your feet onto the chair whilst lying on a comfortable surface. Feet hip width apart, and if your heels don't like it on the chair, if that digs in a bit, you could put a towel there. We don't want to be arching away from the floor like this, because as you lift up, that's going to strain your lower back. So we need to try and relax the rib cage down. I'm exaggerating this, but you can see my ribs are quite flared. So we're going to breathe into the back of the body, and as you breathe out, see if you can relax the rib cage down so it's a bit more flattened onto your torso. And then you're going to tip the lower back towards the mat a little. Once you've managed to get that position, you're going to lift up using the bottom muscles as well as these hamstrings at the back of the leg. So you're going to lift up, and it might be you just go a little way because it might be quite challenging at first. Tip back, lift, come back down. Relaxed ribs, tip back, lift, come back down. So you should feel it here at the back of the leg, possibly the bottom as well. And if you want to make this exercise a little bit more challenging, you've built up a bit of strength over a few weeks or months, then you would just move back a bit so your legs are not quite so bent. Do the tip back, lift up and lower, and you're going to feel it a lot more into the hamstrings. And if that becomes easy, you can do one leg at a time, even harder. Exactly the same rules apply, just you're lifting up with one leg. And that is a lot more challenging. So our last lower body exercise is a single leg get up from a chair. It's a challenging exercise and it's going to work these muscles around the outside hip that help to stabilise our hip. One leg is in front of me and I've got my heel on the floor and the other knee is bent. I'm going to sit up nice and tall, lean forward from the hips. I've got this straight angle on my back, and then I'm going to use these muscles around my hip, my bottom muscles, to push myself up into standing. You could also hold on if you needed to, so position yourself by a wall. So that's the getting up. So let's look at the getting up and the getting down. So lean forward, push through the foot, come up, lead with the bottom on the way down and come down slowly. If you can come down slowly, you're working all of these muscles in your leg even harder. So this is where you should feel it rather than your back. You'll know if it's too challenging for you because you'll be using all of the muscles around your shoulders and your back to do it. And we don't want that. So if it's too low, put some cushions on the chair and do it at a slightly higher level. Give it a go, and then as you get stronger, you may find you can do it without the aid of the heel on the floor. Our next exercise is an upper body exercise, and it's going to be an incline press up. I'm not going to do a wall press up because I find that even with my older adult groups, where I've got 80 and 90-year-olds, they can sometimes find it just a little bit too easy. So I want something that's relatively challenging, but not too much that it's going to cause strain. So we're going to do an incline press up, and I would recommend that you use a kitchen worktop to do it. Now obviously I don't have a kitchen worktop, so I'm going to show you on these boxes. You're going to have your feet behind you and you're going to be on your toes to give you a little bit of leverage to get into the position. Your body is in a straight line. You don't want your hips up here, but you don't want your lower back arching either. So you probably need to switch the bottom muscles on a little bit to give you some stability around your hip so that you don't feel any strain into your back. So your feet are behind you, and then you're going to take the elbows back and then push back to the starting position. So the way we're doing this is with the elbows quite close to the body, and that makes it a little bit stronger in the triceps, which are often quite a weak muscle. But if you wanted to make it more of a chest specific exercise, you would go a little bit wider, and then the elbows are coming out a little bit more. So we're getting this stretch through the chest on the way down and a contraction of the chest muscles on the way up. So our last exercise is for your shoulders, and it is called Scaption. We're going to set up with our feet hip width apart with a nice soft knee. We want to have a neutral position of the pelvis. Now by that I mean that you're not overly arching the back and you're not kind of slouching into the back like this. So we want to find that position by sticking the bum out, slouching, and then finding your middle ground. You might have to do it in front of a mirror so you can have a look and see what your pelvis is doing. And that's going to give you a more stable base to do this exercise from. If I had a spirit level here, you would have the bubble in the middle. So you're not doing that, you're not doing that. So that's the pelvis. We want to have the rib cage nice and relaxed because that's going to put the shoulder into a more favourable position for doing this exercise. So if you find that your ribs are kind of flaring out a little bit like this, you're going to breathe into the back, and then as you breathe out, just soften that lower rib down. You should find that the shoulders relax when you do this, and your rib is a little bit more sitting onto the chest and the stomach rather than flaring away from it like this. So that's our setup position: soft knees, neutral pelvis, relaxed rib cage. We're then going to pick a weight, and I have just got this water bottle that I've got with me. You could use a water bottle at home, you could put sand in it, you could put rice in it, you could put gravel in it if you wanted to make it a little bit more challenging. So that's our setup: soft knees, neutral pelvis, relaxed rib, and then I'm going to have the weight out in front of me like so. It's not here, it's not directly out to the side, it's at a 45-degree angle, which is a little bit more challenging. And then we're just going to bring it down and take it up to just above shoulder height. So breathing in and breathing out as you lift. Breathing in. If you breathe out when you do the hard bit, which is the lifting, it just helps the shoulders to relax a little bit more as well as the neck. Now where you should feel this is on the top of the middle of the shoulder here, what I call your shoulder pad muscles, but also around this place here, just at the back of the armpit, the back of the ribs, just below the shoulder blade. Those muscles are very important stabilizers of your shoulder. Never work into strain, but you want to build up to doing perhaps 10, 12 or even 15 repetitions. If it's a lightweight, if it's a slightly heavier weight, then you would do less reps. Just be guided by how you feel. And then you would have a rest See if you can do another set or build up to doing that over weeks and months. So there you have it, 5 exercises to try at home to start building some strength. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, feel free, and you'll then receive notifications of any future videos that I post. In the meantime, stay strong and stay well. Take care. Bye.